announcement video and the launch, and he was right. He met with, again, talk about this. I mean, this is how I remember it. But, I remember Paul and Mike meeting with the executives from Warner Amex in New York as they were putting this music channel together, and then basically saying, well, what we're looking for is, it's like James Bond kind of video. That kind of production value. I think, honestly, it was radio in America in 1982 was a lockout. We couldn't get on radio. They were locked into this classic rock format, and it was Led Zeppelin every 15 minutes.
Boston, more than a feeling.
Yeah, Rolling Stones. And honestly, I think if there's been videos for that music, that's what MTV would have played. They would have just gone, but they couldn't. So they had to look elsewhere for material. And where was the material? It was all coming out of London. Because it was a real renaissance. I mean, there was half a dozen amazing videos. David Mallet, Scott Ramaney, Russell Mulcahy, producing incredible stuff. Really, like you said, what do you call it? Creating the vernacular of the music video. And again, Paul had been to Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka was a stop on the way from London to our tour beginning in Australia. So it was like, let's go to Sri Lanka. I mean, it was smart. It was opportunistic, but it was smart.
Fun.
Were you going to say
fun, or I going to say fun?
The ethics of it.
Yeah, no, in a way, but it did kind of, it caused a little bit of a backlash.
Yeah.
I mean, by 84, you were kind of the enemy in terms of,
that's
right. NME magazine that you started reading, had almost declared the enemy. And obviously, in Manchester, there were bands like the Smiths starting up saying, we're not going to be like Duran Duran. We're going to kind of keep it very real. We're not going to dress up. We're not going to go.
So what would they look like if we hadn't been there? The Smiths would have looked like singing your doll. You gave them something to react to.
Can I read out Boy George, I mentioned him a little bit earlier, his autobiography, which I haven't read, unlike the fact I have read yours. But his autobiography, Take It Like a Man, he says, the champagne-swilling, yacht-sailing Duran Duran counted playboyism and superficiality. Suddenly it was okay to be rich, famous, and feel no shame. Some saw it as a natural consequence of Thatcherism. So, do you think there's some truth in that, or do you think Boy George is kind of a bit jealous of yours? That's quite a damning thing for someone to say.
Yeah, but I think I feel like we were products of our time. Maybe if we had come along 20 years earlier, we would have had a different ideology. At least it felt authentic. We weren't being anything other than ourselves. Nobody in the band. And I feel we were very representative of the heartland of this country. And the fact that we were Midlands, we came together in the Midlands. We had one Southerner. We had one caustic Northerner. We kind of came together. And I feel that, regardless, either way, you're never going to please everybody. But